Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to share something really special with you that I've been quietly working on behind the scenes. It is conversational AI. And for those who don't know, for the last 2 years, I've been practicing and learning prompting with AI. It really kind of worked out nicely with journaling because I was able to really pour in a lot of myself into some of these prompts, and it was like a self-discovery journey. So along the way, I've been learning new tricks, new tools, and new ways of doing things. And that is definitely manifested through my channel. So in just a minute, I would like to share with you a conversational piece that I created. It is a flow back and forth of a conversation between a man and a woman. And the topic is where we take the idea of Neville Goddard's teachings, the inner conversations create our outer world, our outer reality, and we use that teaching through the NPD or narcissistic personality types as a self-awareness or a tool to learn self-awareness. So guys, here it is. I'm going to let the camera fade out, and I don't know if I'm going to put any graphics on it just yet. So I do hope that you drop a comment below and tell me what you think about the actual flow of the conversation.
Welcome to today's episode, where we dive deep into the mechanics of the mind, mental conversations, and how they shape reality. We're discussing how individuals with narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, struggle with self-awareness, how their mental conversations create projection, and how this connects to the pendulum effect, cause and effect, and universal laws like mentalism and attraction. Let's start with a key question. Do individuals with NPD struggle to understand why they do what they do?
Yes, that's an insightful question. People with NPD often lack deep self reflection because questioning themselves threatens their carefully built self image. Rather than truly understanding why they behave a certain way, they deflect blame onto others, rationalize their actions with self justifying inner dialogue, project their insecurities rather than process them. This means their mental conversations reinforce a reality where they're never at fault. They avoid accountability and operate from a defensive state, making it difficult for them to understand the real cause behind their actions.
That makes sense. And if we look at Neville Goddard's teachings on mental conversations, we could say that these individuals create their own reality by projecting their internal world outward. Would it also be fair to say that an NPD personality often ruminates and targets people they believe they can get away with mistreating?
Yes, exactly. If someone has a distorted self image and mental conversations based on superiority or victimhood, they will seek out or create situations that confirm those beliefs. They select targets who won't challenge them. They act cruelly in private while maintaining a false image in public. They live in a loop of projection, justifying their actions internally. This ties directly into Neville Goddard's law of assumption. If they assume others are weak or disposable, their subconscious mind generates experiences that reinforce this view.
That's really powerful because it suggests that everything, good or bad, is projected from imagination. This connects to the anti-hero archetype, where someone sees themselves as either a misunderstood genius or a necessary villain. If we link this to the inner world concept, does that mean the archetype they embody repeats across time unless they change their self-story?
Yes, absolutely. The longer a person maintains a mental conversation, the more it solidifies into an identity. If someone constantly thinks, I'm the only one who sees the truth, they reinforce isolation and superiority. If they tell themselves, I must manipulate to survive, they manifest situations that seem to demand manipulation. If they believe, people always betray me, they subconsciously choose relationships that validate this belief. Over time, these mental conversations harden into an archetype, making it even harder to break free.
So this is where we bring in the pendulum effect. Because the harder someone pushes into a belief, the more reality pushes back.
Exactly. The pendulum effect is the perfect way to describe this. When energy is pushed too far in one direction, it must swing back in the opposite direction. This is why people who desperately seek control often feel the most out of control. If someone is obsessed with avoiding failure, they unconsciously sabotage their success. This ties directly into cause and effect. Your inner cause, mental conversation, produces the outer effect, life experiences.
That leads me to an important question. If the harder we push, the stronger the pendulum swings, does that mean obsessive focus can actually repel what we want?
Yes, and this is a critical point in manifestation and self awareness. The law of polarity teaches that everything has two extremes: abundance and lack, love and fear. If we push too hard toward one side, the pendulum swings back, bringing the opposite effect. This is why desperation for love repels love. Overfocusing on money often attracts financial stress. Trying too hard to be liked makes people sense inauthenticity. It's not about wanting less, but about aligning with the energy of already having.
This reminds me of how people say, when I stopped looking for love, I found it.
Exactly. That's because they neutralized the pendulum. They stopped pushing and instead aligned with flow.
So how do we break free from the pendulum effect and mental ruts?
The solution is neutralizing extremes and mastering inner balance. Awareness. Notice when you're caught in mental loops of fear, obsession, or control. Detachment. Release the need to force or chase. Assume it's already yours. Balance. Instead of extreme effort, shift into ease and inner certainty. Alignment. Live from the state of already having what you seek.
That's brilliant. Instead of obsessively affirming what we want, we need to embody the state of already having it.
Yes, this is Neville Goddard's core teaching. Your state of being is the cause, and reality is the effect.
So the biggest takeaway is that mental conversations shape reality. If we push too hard, the pendulum swings back. If we instead align, balance, and trust, we move into a state where life flows effortlessly.
Exactly. When you understand this, you stop being a victim of circumstances and start consciously creating your life.
This has been an incredible discussion. If you're listening, take a moment to reflect on your mental conversations. What are you constantly affirming? Are you pushing the pendulum, or are you in alignment? If this resonated, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more insights into the deeper mechanics of mind and reality. Until next time, remember, you are the cause of everything you experience. Master your inner world, and the outer world will follow.